episode's gonna be painting. So they tagged along with a few of their older siblings, Lenny, Benny, and Kenny.
Ooh, ah.
And there you go, there you have it. You got some more Rennie lore.
From my greens. From my greeners. Greener.
So for this section, I wanted to try something a bit different, like change up the pace a bit, and just like do some, I guess, it's just like not ASMR, it's like very aesthetic. I guess it's very like noise based, something a little bit slower paced, instead of me like just talking over and over, like and saying like random nonsense, just like you hear some noises, some nice ambience. I hope this is good, relaxing, and not boring. Okay, enjoy the first section of this video. Look, it's another, here I am, I'm onto painting. I've got lots of different angles for this one, and as you can see in the background, there's some spread up Prime Defenders. It looks really silly. Here I am, I'm painting in the dirt. This was definitely one of the, like, it was very fun to do this. To just kind of like chill and paint, watch my little podcast. It was a good time. But now that I'm here, I can get on to some stories. Some tales, because last time I started with some stories, but now I can keep going. And if this is your first like part that you're watching of this little series, that's okay. I mean, you might not know who characters are, but you should probably go back and watch the other parts if you want, but you don't have to. Otherwise, these are just gonna be random stories with random characters, but that's fine. Okay, story number 1, I have these like sectioned out with character names, and then I just kind of started summarizing the entire thing. But Opalspine. Our first mission was to kill that guy, I think. I don't remember if we were getting documents or if we were... I don't really remember. It was like a really long time ago when we did that. But we had to sneak through like his whole manor and stuff, and there was like experiments in the basement of there. I don't think he's a great guy. He also made fun of Blemble, so Rennie slapped him in the face because you don't make fun of owlbears in the same room as someone who grew up around owlbears. Oh, and then after we didn't kill him, knocked him out, Miss Purple threw him in the sewers. I'm sure he'll never come back ever, because putting somebody in the sewers is a surefire way for them never to come back plot-wise. And here's another story before that happened. These are pretty out of order. It's about Kira, which is one of the elf lady who's been helping us, but let me tell you about her. Okay, so the campaign started in a tavern. I think it was because like a majority of us, this was our first time playing. So, you know, you gotta get the classic in. But during the first session, quite a few silly things happened. The one that I want to talk about is Kibi's incredible riz. You see, at this tavern, there was a table of racist elves, you know, classic racist elves. But did this stop Kibi from shooting her shot? Absolutely not. She went up to them and went for specifically one named Kira. She was trying to flirt with these elves that clearly did not like her. We went on our little adventure. And stuff. And then when we came back, we went to get some more supplies before our next job. And who do you think, who was at the market? You're never gonna guess. It was Kira. She was at the market. Kibi sees her, proceeds to do a backflip onto Kira's horse, and then gives her a matching heart necklace. And that, I don't know how, it somehow convinced her to take us to the next place, to the mining outpost. And now they're girlfriends. So that's what charisma can do for you. That's what a good backflip can do. And also, it turns out she wasn't actually racist. It was like she was meeting up with friends, and her friends were racist. Hopefully she's cutting them off, because not cool. Racism? Not cool. Crazy take. Racism? Not a big fan. Oh, I didn't say anything about the green, but I was adding some green on there. And, oh, dirt. Okay, Blinko lore. When we got to the second location, which was a dwarven mining outpost, we were looking for, so basically there's like a supply issue, so we need to figure out what was going on there for the people we were working for, which apparently is the Thieves Guild, or what was it? Something like that. I didn't know that. I didn't know that till after the first job. They're a little suspicious, but also I don't know if they're bad. But then, after we got in, there was a small dwarf, and she demanded rocks as an entry fee into the sleeping quarters. This dwarf, was Plinko. From the moment Rennie saw her, a singular goal became clear. Became clear. Make friends and get her to join the party. Wait, that's two. Plinko would then claim to be our tour guide and show us around and go through all sorts of shenanigans until she got kidnapped later. But that's a whole nother story. Okay, but before that, when we were making our way down, we found a forge run by a dwarf named Wareham, and Ozma was a scientist there. I don't know if she was a dwarf or like also like running the forge, but she was a scientist and also like a what's it called? Tinkerer? Her and Rin got along really well, but she actually invented penicillin, which, fun fact, if you didn't know that, Ozma from this D&D campaign invented penicillin, but it's not called penicillin, it's called osmacillin. Plinko bit a knife, I paid for the knife, and then Kibi tried to steal this sword, like, maybe 3 different times, and each and every time she either got caught or Ms. Purple found it and then stole it back. So we were going down, right, to investigate and kind of look around and other circumstances that led us down there. But after we left Ozma and Dwaram's forge, we were exploring and we found this this crack in the wall, and then our DM Claire, she was like, it looks breakable, and then we all proceeded to continuously like punch, kick, and like try and use a pickaxe, which it was pretty bad. It took us so many tries, but we got in, and there was like this little mushroom guy and like a mimic, but Plinko was one of the first ones in because she's a little guy, so she can like squeeze through small spaces. And then she freaked out when she saw the mushroom, and then she ran out. But then like everybody's inside of this cave except for Plinko. So then we do everything inside the cave, and then we get out, and Plinko is gone. Plinko is kidnapped. Oh, I forgot to mention our many arm wrestles. I think Plinko won one. I don't remember, but oh, look at this. Moss, woohoo. So Plinko getting kidnapped was probably like one of the first times that D&D like actually stressed me out in real life, and that was really scary because all that was left there was like signs of struggle and a pickaxe, and not a great sign. So the pickaxe is on the ground and we have no idea where to go. So Miss Purple's like, hey, like, I know, I'm gonna throw this into the air, and whatever direction it's facing, we'll go that way. So then she throws it straight up and it lands on her head. And I think that's where we ended the session that night. Next session, we're walking, we're exploring, we picked a direction. Kibi's gone. Kibi gets kidnapped. And then we like got to this room, and there was it was like a puzzle. I think it was a puzzle. Like earlier, Claire told us there was like a symbol on a stone, and we were all like, this has got to be the symbol that solves every puzzle that we're going to encounter. So we get into this room, and there's like stuff in the ground, and we're like, okay, so how does this piece relate to it? It's got like lines, it can turn, it can go. Okay, so where does it go? And none of us, I think one person did an investigation check and they failed, so nobody else did, or something like that, or nobody did any until like 30 minutes. And then I was like, wait, can I do an investigation check? And that's all I had to do. That's all I had to do. I'm going pretty crazy with these paints, huh? It's really cool. You can the sweater covering the entire. I put my earbud case on top of it. Okay, that's pretty cool. I'm painting. In some parts you can see the just roll with it sped up in the background. I think it's very funny. I'm going back for some more details here. Getting those browns in, really getting those tones in, making it look good and stuff. Ooh, yeah, detailing. Because then there was like these scales, and I put stuff on them, and it doesn't matter. And then we got through, and then we've made our way into a crypt where out of one of the sarcophaguses, one of the tombs, a little goblin crawls out with horns, and their name was Jonesy, and they're like, oh, will you help me find my friend Bonesy? I'm looking for my friend Bonesy. Probably not. That I don't remember if that's what they sounded like, but like it might as well be. So then we're looking for her friend Bonesy. We're looking for their friend Bonesy. And well, first of all, Jonesy's not very nice. They're kind of rude. I'm not gonna lie to you. They're kind of mean. They're kind of mean to Rennie, and they don't shenanigan. They don't participate in shenanigans. It's like.
That's a bunny's home.
Like Rennie.
It's all of the bunny's home. Even Suki's home.
Suki lives here? That's a little strange. You're not gonna grab my reached out hand and shenanigan with me? All right. Well, you're clearly evil. So Rennie was very suspicious of Jonesy, and also was like, hey, do goblins usually have horns? And then Jonesy's all like, that's a weird question to ask. Okay. Yeah, it's a weird question. Okay, all right. Yeah. And so then there's these mushroom guys, more mushroom guys. I didn't think anything of these mushroom guys, but they're actually quite relevant later on. We're traveling down, we're going through things, and then we make our way into this huge cave. And in the cave, there's like a hole in the ground. In that hole is a bump on a log in the bottom of the sea. No, there's an amethyst dragon in this big room, and the amethyst dragon is injured. Clay said it was a young amethyst dragon, but like young for a dragon, not young for a person. So like fully grown, but like I don't know. That it doesn't matter. And so then we start a conversation with the amethyst dragon. We're like, hey, like you're here. Like, do you know anything? Like, have you seen like a little goblin, like a dwarf, and a tiefling? Oh, and then also Ren went missing in this session, or the session before that, so it was only me, Lupin, and Miss Purple, and Everett, which I failed to explain who Everett is. Everett is a little water elemental. Not little, a water elemental that we found. Or no, Petrichor. I think their name got changed, Petrichor. So we find the dragon. We're striking up conversation with her and asked if she's seen anybody. And then she offers, I don't remember exactly how this happened, but she offers a deal to Rennie and Miss Purple. And how she words these deals is so cryptic. So the first one, Miss Purple, is like, hey, can you remove the salt from me? Because Miss Purple's really hates salt. She's a plasmoid. That's like kind of the whole reason we kind of got this deep into the cave, is because Miss Purple got scared and started running all over the place. And almost killed a few guys, didn't. I don't think she killed anybody, but that's why we got this deep. But she's like, can I get the salt out of me, please? And then the dragon's like, okay, but I'll make you smarter or something. And so then now Miss Purple feels a fraction more empathy and understands feeling marginally, not marginally, anti-marginally more. Then, well, like the thing about that is like, it really changed nothing. Miss Purple got out pretty scot-free. in that situation, TBH. TBH, to be honest with you guys. Because the deal that the Amethyst Dragon offered to Rennie did not turn out great, is what I have to say. The Amethyst Dragon tells Rennie that she'll give them new information in exchange for old. You guys, before I tell you what happened, I need you to understand that Rennie is just so dumb and impulsive. I'm talking -2 intelligence. They absolutely did not see any tricks or schemes incoming or how this could backfire. They literally took out their notebook and was like, what old information do you want? I'll write it down here. Then the dragon said she already took what she wanted after telling Rennie that it was a riddle. It was like basically like one of these people is lying asleep and is in a slumber and the other ones are okay, or something like that. And then Rennie's like, what information did you take? So then they think back, and then, oh no, oh god, oh, what they're missing. Seems relatively untouched until they get to their family and they realize they can't remember any of their names or faces. In this part here, me and my nephew, we were painting the blue stuff. First I started doing it. I first started with the windows and stuff. Then I was like, hey buddy, you wanna help me? And he was like, okay. Blue circle. Then you'll be able to see some little hands. Yeah, my hands got very dirty from this. I was just blue. There he is! Look, he's helping now. Yay, Gianni. Woo! I had to make a lot of this blue. I was kind of scared that I was going to make it a different color every time, so I mixed it in this Altoids container so I could close it. It worked somewhat efficiently, but then I kept like the dry bits were mixing with the wet bits, and then it would make paint a little chunky. Let me remind you that Rennie has over 100 family members, and some of them are no longer living, and they haven't sent any letters for 3 years. This is very, very bad. Rennie demands, obviously, is like, hey, that wasn't fair, that wasn't cool. What the hell? Like, I may be stupid, but that's mean. And then the dragon does not comply. Lupin is really pissed off. She's really upset at the dragon and is pretty much ready to kill the dragon. And honestly, when that was happening, I was like, oh my god, their character cares about my character. Oh my gosh, Lupin cares about Rennie. Also, like, the whole time, Jonesy's like hiding the whole time and doesn't really say anything. So then the dragon's like, see ya, peace, and then goes back into the hole. And then Miss Purple's like, I don't know. I never know what Miss Purple's thinking. I don't know if she thinks. Maybe. But she goes to the hole, and Miss Purple is like constantly carrying Electrum in her. She has like a bunch. And so then she just like throws Electrum down the hole. And then the dragon comes back up. And then Rennie continues to scold the dragon. Hey, that's not cool. And Lupin is ready to kill. Killing intention. And then after we fight her enough, because she's already pretty injured, she comes back and she reveals a human form. And then she has the audacity to be like, so you come here often? And then Rennie slapped her. And she almost fell off a cliff. But she got caught. She would have been fine anyway if she fell on the cliff. She's a dragon. So painted the little punchy thingies. They definitely have a name. Oh yeah, I accidentally made them too big, so I had to make them smaller because they were like the same size as the door. I painted some bridges here. We're like, hey, what's your name? And then she's like, maybe Valora. She can't remember her own name because this dragon is stupid. Like, here's what I'm gonna tell you. You gotta listen. You gotta listen to me. This dragon is straight up addicted to gambling. She like constantly makes deals with people, so like she can't even remember her own name. So she just like made one up. Also earlier, we ran into this kid named Gottfried. Either way, it's a silly name. But he is in a cabin and he's trying to get like his mom feeling better. His mom's name is Amelia. I'm the person who asks what every single character's name is that I encounter. I'm like, what's your name? Hey, TM, what's this character's name? Painting these strips of paper here. It's really hard to do this one hand, but I want to show it. Here. Yeah. It's a lot easier with two hands. Yeah, I'm painting these for the little strings that hang down. This one a lot smoother in my head. Yeah. So here, I'm just gluing some pieces. I'm gluing like the papers on because they're like supposed to be like talismans or something, or like little things that hang across. Which is pretty awesome, I think. That's pretty cool, I think. Okay. I was making that. That took a bit. His mom is really sick, and his brother had went out like 10 years ago or 7 to go look for something to help his mom. So this kid's just been like here in this cabin by himself with his mom. So we were also looking for something that could help the mother. So we asked about that, I think, or she just mentioned, the dragon just mentioned something in relation to another person that has seen her, and I'm pretty sure that was Gottfried's brother Simon. I just like forget to mention things, huh? On her way to the mines, Miss Purple found the scroll. Thought it just made her smarter for a little bit. She really scared some guys, but actually, there's just like, she just has like a wizard. She just has like a wizard inside her now. There's just like another Miss Purple. She doesn't have an official name yet, but I always say Dark Purple. But it's like, it's not like they're evil or anything. They're just like kind of like a little grumpier and like level-headed. So like Rennie's like, oh my god, they hate me. Tree painting day, baby. I'm finally gonna paint these trees. The big trees, the little trees. All the trees are gonna get painted. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I'm gonna paint the trees. Yeah. Woo! Yeah, paint the trees, yeah! And now for the big reveal. Check this out. Unpainted. Painted. Whoa. Unpainted. Oh, check this out. You're never gonna guess what's gonna happen when I pull this camera up. Painted. Okay, this tree? This tree will never be painted. You'll never be painted. Oh yeah, okay. Well, how about this? What do you think of that? Painted. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, this tree? How will they ever paint that? Oh, what? Whoa, huh? Garden? Oh, dirt? It's never gonna have vegetables in it. It will never be brown. It will never. Okay, well, they'll never place vegetables in it. With glue. Oh my god. I didn't expect that. Holy crap. And it'll never be cut so it looks like, so it cuts out the part of me putting glue in it. So it just looks like I'm placing them in there magically sticking. That will never happen. Oh my gosh, it's already happening? It's already happening? That's what's happening on the screen? Are you kidding me? Okay, cabbages. Oh, I'm sure they won't go out of linear sequence. Oh, okay, it's back to normal, but they won't do that again, right? Surely they'll never do. Why didn't you go in order? Oh, okay, but they won't add dirt to it. They won't add dirt. They're really, who do they think they are? Adding dirt? Making it look more realistic? Why would they do that? It doesn't make any sense. Okay, so I'm gonna take this bit of string. I'm gonna put it on the edge, like a railing. Yep, that's what I'm gonna do. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's almost finished. I just have to make the little figures now. Ooh, that's definitely gonna be a challenge, and it's gonna be a while before that one's out. Because besides, like, I started doing the owl bears in the picture, but besides that, this is basically where I've left off on the project because I decided that I wanted to do these videos. So yeah, the next part might take a little bit, and in between I might have a sketchbook tour coming out because I did just finish the sketchbook. So that would be pretty awesome. The next part, I'm going to be making lots and lots of little bunnies. And I'll be talking more about the D&D campaign because, you know, that's pretty fun to talk about. I like yapping. Now, what can I say? My mouth does always feel like a little bit weird and a little bit dry after I do this. That's okay. Have a nice day. Make sure that you subscribe and you like this video and you share this video. And comment, please. I'm begging you, please comment on this video. What's something that you could comment? Comment a vegetable. Comment a vegetable. If you make it far, comment a vegetable that you like. Next part is gonna be the finale. Have a good day or night or evening or midnight or okay, bye Patreon. Okay, take out Patreon. Bye.